Well, it may be almost a year old, but sometimes you discover an album and you just have to talk about it, and such is the case here. City of the Sun by Seven Impale. So Seven Impale is a Norwegian progressive rock band, and they really take a lot of different styles when they're approaching music. The best way that I could describe their music is if you take a Van de Graaff generator and blended it really well with, say, like the Motorpsychos, this is what you're really getting. It's very heavy, it's very almost bass driven, but it's never really getting to the same spot as, say, like the metal scene. And City of the Sun is their first full-length album, and I am so glad that I found it. The more I listened to it, the more I just devoured it. I love these guys' use of sound. Their ability to create that really heavy and brutal sound without being too metal. They're not using that double kick drum or the chugging of a guitar to make those brutal sounds. They're using instead more of a distorted and deeper guitar and the use of saxophones, and that's why I say it reminds me a lot of Van de Graaff generator. They use that saxophone kind of sound that Van de Graaff generator was using and implied it here. There are a lot of moments that are very crisp and almost melodic at times as well. They might have that center focus where everybody is kind of playing that same note, but at the same time you still have a lot of atmospheric and a lot of, I don't know, heavenly touches, shall we say. And what I particularly like about these guys is even though there's, a lot of stuff going on, the transitions between pieces are handled very, very well. I find whenever a lot of bands are using more of that jazzy kind of a style, it's harder to transition from one piece to another. And these guys are able to do it in a seamless manner. I mean, just between tracks as well, from the first song of Oh My Gravity into the second track of Wind Shears. Wind Shears starts off with, again, almost like that Motorpsycho, very slow building, and then once you finally get to that big crescendo, it's so rewarding as well. But one of my favorite tracks is the third track of Eschagon Horror. Their use of that really almost that feedback noise, and then getting into that really guttural, heavy mix. That was just really, really well done, and I love that really brutal oomph that's going on there. But I do hear a number of their other influences as well, outside of just those really dark and heavy bands. The fourth song of Extraction almost has a piece from Beardfish from their later album of Comfort Zone. It's almost got that same kind of rhythm that the title track has. So when I'm hearing that, I'm almost expecting Comfort Zone to come on, but I am pleased that they went into a different direction as well with this song. And I can't talk about this album without talking about that closer track, that 14-minute almost epic of God Left Us for a Black-Dressed Woman. This song itself is such a treat to listen to from start to finish, and I love that play out near the end. That's where the song really comes together, and all that chaos that was kind of ushering us through up until that point kind of gets resolved near that end. And even though I wish they had played that ending piece out a little bit more, I am glad that they really ended on like a really brutal note as well. So all in all, this album was a fantastic find and one that I recommend very, very highly. I have to say, you've got to pick this up if you can find it. It is a great addition to any discography. And that's about it. So what did you guys think of City of the Sun by Seven Impale? Did you love it? Did you hate it? Either or, let me know by commenting below. And thank you guys so much for watching. This was actually a request, so I'm glad that I followed through and had to listen to it. Send me any of your requests by commenting down below. Thank you guys so much for watching. You guys are definitely the best. And until next time, notes out.